The 22LR might look small, but some of the newest and hottest rounds on the market prove it can deliver devastating results. These loads push the limits of speed, energy, and real-world performance, turning this humble rimfire cartridge into something that feels far more dangerous than its size suggests. And the one that claims the top spot does not just break records, it redefines what the 22LR can do. This is Guns with Rex Dalton, and today we are ranking the 10 deadliest 22LR rounds in America. These are the ones hunters, varmint shooters, and serious rimfire fans trust when performance matters. Let's get started. Number 10, CCI, subsonic segmented hollow point. When quiet precision matters, the CCI subsonic segmented hollow point shows that deadly does not always mean loud or fast. This round uses a 40-grain lead hollow point moving at about 1,050 feet per second, designed specifically to stay subsonic and avoid the loud crack of breaking the sound barrier. What sets it apart is what happens on impact. Instead of just expanding like a traditional hollow point, the bullet splits into 3 equal fragments. Those fragments fan out through soft tissue, creating multiple wound paths while still keeping penetration controlled. In ballistic gel, the segmented hollow point penetrates 8 to 10 inches, with the 3 fragments spreading out enough to cause far more disruption than a standard subsonic load. For pest control or small game hunting in areas where noise suppression is important, this combination of low report and high terminal effect is hard to beat. It also cycles smoothly in semi-automatics, which is rare for subsonic ammunition, thanks to CCI's clean burning powder and consistent case dimensions. At the range, it feels soft shooting and almost whisper quiet when paired with a suppressor. In the field, it delivers terminal performance that rivals faster loads without drawing unwanted attention. That balance of discretion and effectiveness earns it a place on this list. Number 9, Winchester Silvertip Hollow Point. The Winchester Silvertip Hollow Point has been around for decades, but it remains a favorite for anyone looking for 22LR ammo that hits harder than most standard loads. This round uses a 37-grain plated hollow point moving at about 1,280 feet per second, which gives it enough speed to stay flat at distance while still carrying enough mass to do damage when it counts. What makes the Silvertip stand out is its bullet construction. The jacketed design is topped with a distinctive silver-colored tip that is not just for looks. On impact, that tip initiates rapid and controlled expansion, causing the bullet to mushroom and transfer energy quickly into the target. In gel testing, the Silvertip often expands to nearly double its original diameter, while maintaining sufficient penetration to hit vital zones in small game and pests. Hunters often use it for raccoons, foxes, and other mid-sized varmints because it strikes a balance between penetration and stopping power. It is also one of the more reliable expanding rounds in semi-automatic pistols and rifles, which is why so many shooters keep a few boxes on hand. Back when it first came out, the Silvertip was mainly a defensive option in pocket pistols. Today, it is one of the more versatile choices for those who want a 22LR round that can handle more than just plinking. Number 8, Aguila Sniper Subsonic. Most shooters think subsonic means low power, but the Aguila Sniper Subsonic proves otherwise. This unique load uses a massive 60-grain lead bullet, almost double the weight of a typical 22LR projectile, moving at around 950 feet per second. While it is slower than high-velocity loads, that extra mass gives it serious momentum and penetration, making it far more capable than its speed suggests. In ballistic gel, the Sniper Subsonic routinely punches 12 inches or more, even from shorter barrels, thanks to the bullet's sectional density and straight-line path. It is also exceptionally quiet when paired with a suppressor, making it a favorite among hunters and pest controllers who need stopping power without the noise. Because the bullet is so heavy, it stabilizes best in rifles with faster twist rates 1 to 9 or 1 to 10. But when paired with the right platform, it delivers accuracy and energy that surprise most rimfire shooters. Unlike lighter hypervelocity rounds, it does not fragment or explode on impact, instead relying on sheer weight to cut deep and hit vital areas. For anyone looking for a quiet 22 LR load that still hits harder than most expect, the Sniper Subsonic delivers a unique mix of stealth and stopping power that few other rimfire rounds can match. Number 7. FN Browning Auto 5. Eley 10X has built a reputation as one of the most accurate 22 LR rounds ever made, earning its place not just on competitive ranges, but in hunting kits as well. It is the ammunition of choice for Olympic shooters and ISSF competitors, where every fraction of an inch matters. But its precision also makes it a lethal option when accuracy is the deciding factor in the field. This load uses a 40-grain lead round, nose bullet traveling at around 1,080 feet per second, tuned specifically for consistent velocity and perfect balance shot after shot. While it does not chase hypervelocity numbers, its extreme consistency means every round lands exactly where it is aimed, a trait that matters more than raw speed when the target is small and the margin for error is zero. Hunters and pest controllers rely on 10X because of that predictability. Paired with a quality rifle, it delivers tight groups and clean, humane kills on rabbits, squirrels, and other small game without the erratic flight paths cheaper ammo can produce. Its lubricated bullet design also keeps barrels cleaner during extended shooting sessions, which helps maintain accuracy over long strings of fire. For shooters who prioritize precision over flash, Eley 10X shows that accuracy can be just as deadly as speed, earning its slot on this list as the round that proves shot placement still reigns supreme. Number 6. Federal Punch Personal Defense. Federal designed the punch to make the 22 LR more than just a plinking round, and it has quickly become a standout for shooters who want rimfire ammo with real bite. It fires a 29-grain, nickel-plated flat-nose bullet at about 1,650 feet per second from a rifle and still holds over 1,000 feet per second from the shorter pistols, putting it among the fastest defensive loads in its class. Unlike typical hollow points, which often fail to expand at lower velocities, the punch focuses on penetration. In gel testing, it consistently drives 12 inches or more, even through layered clothing, while maintaining a straight track. That ability to meet standard defensive penetration benchmarks is rare for 22 LR and is what makes it so widely trusted for serious use. Its nickel plating helps it feed smoothly in semi-automatic firearms, reducing the chance of jams, while the powder blend burns clean to keep actions running reliably. Even in compact pistols, which can be picky about ammo, the punch tends to run without issue. For anyone who keeps a 22 as a backup or relies on it for self-defense, this load bridges the gap between convenience and real-world performance, giving the rimfire cartridge a level of authority it usually lacks. Number 5. Winchester Super X PowerPoint. The Winchester Super X PowerPoint has been a go-to choice for hunters for decades, largely because of how well it balances weight, speed, and controlled expansion. It fires a 40-grain soft-point bullet at about 1,280 feet per second, which puts it in the sweet spot for small-game hunting while still keeping recoil light and manageable. What makes it stand out is its bullet design. The exposed lead nose is engineered to expand consistently on impact, often doubling in diameter without shedding too much mass. That controlled expansion creates a broad wound path while still penetrating deep enough to humanely drop squirrels, raccoons, and similar targets. In ballistic testing, the Super X PowerPoint holds together better than many hollow points, which means less chance of shallow wounds or unpredictable fragmentation. It is also one of the most versatile rounds on this list. It runs reliably in both bolt-action rifles and semi-automatics, cycles smoothly, and maintains consistent velocities thanks to Winchester's powder blend. Shooters who value predictable accuracy and clean kills, rather than extreme speed or fragmentation, tend to keep this round in their kit. While it is not the flashiest 22 LR load, its long-standing reputation for reliability and its dependable terminal effect make it a staple among serious rimfire users. Number 3. Luger P08. The CESCI velocitor is built for shooters who want more punch from a 22 LR without losing reliability or control. It uses a 40-grain copper-plated hollow point, heavier than many of the hyperspeed rounds in its class, and sends it out of a rifle barrel at roughly 1,235 feet per second. That extra bullet weight changes how it performs, giving it deeper penetration and better energy retention over distance. In gel testing, the velocitor regularly penetrates 10 to 12 inches while expanding in a controlled way, creating a wound channel that is both deep and wide. That balance makes it ideal for hunters who want more stopping power without risking the erratic fragmentation you get with lighter bullets. It is also one of the few high-performance loads that cycles flawlessly across most firearms, from semi-automatic pistols to bolt-action rifles, thanks to CCI's consistent case dimensions and clean-burning powder. What sets it apart is its ability to stay effective across platforms. Even in compact pistols with shorter barrels, it delivers solid velocity, and when fired from a rifle, it carries enough energy to take down larger varmints cleanly. For shooters who want a round that does not rely solely on speed, but still delivers serious impact, the velocitor stands out as a dependable choice. Number 4. Mauser C96. If speed is your priority, the Winchester Hyperspeed delivers numbers that make most other 22 LR loads look tame. This cartridge uses a 32-grain copper-plated hollow point that rockets out of a rifle barrel at around 1,500 feet per second. That velocity translates to a flatter trajectory and a level of impact energy that feels closer to what you would expect from a light center fire round rather than a rimfire. The copper-plated bullet holds together even at those speeds, allowing for reliable feeding and consistent accuracy in semi-automatics. On impact, the hollow point opens up quickly, transferring energy fast and leaving behind a sizable wound channel despite its small caliber. Ballistic gel testing shows expansion and penetration that make it a favorite for varmint control, particularly when speed and immediate effect are more important than deep penetration. Because it is so light and fast, the hyperspeed is best used from rifles to get the full performance out of the load. In pistols, it still moves fast, but rifles let it stretch its legs, making it one of the most effective rounds for longer-range small-game hunting. For anyone who wants a round that pushes the 22 LR into hypervelocity territory, this one delivers the kind of results that explain why it sits so high on this ranking. Number 2. Singer M19. The CCI Stinger is the round most shooters think of when they want a 22 LR with serious punch. It was one of the first hypervelocity rimfire loads to hit the market, and even decades later, it still stands out for its performance. The Stinger fires a 32-grain copper-plated hollow point at a blistering 1,640 feet per second from a rifle, which puts it near the very top of the velocity charts for this caliber. What gives it that extra edge is the slightly lengthened brass case, which holds more powder than a standard 22 LR. That added charge pushes the round into a performance range where the energy on target starts to rival what some shooters expect from a 22 Magnum. On impact, the hollow point opens rapidly, often fragmenting, which creates a wound cavity that is far larger than what typical rimfire ammo can produce. Ballistic gel testing routinely shows temporary cavities that make it a favorite for varmint control and small predators. Even with that extreme speed and energy, the Stinger remains reliable. It cycles well in most semi-automatic rifles and pistols, though frequent cleaning helps with the hotter powder charge. For hunters or anyone who needs a round that brings shock factor along with consistent accuracy, The Stinger has earned its place near the top of the list. Number 1, Aguila Super Maximum. If there is one round that pushes the .22 LR to its absolute limits, it is the Aguila Super Maximum. This is the fastest factory-loaded .22 LR available today, and it does not just edge ahead of the competition, it leaves them behind. The Super Maximum fires a 30-grain copper-plated hollow point at a staggering 1,750 feet per second, a speed most shooters once thought impossible for this cartridge. That kind of velocity changes everything about how the round performs. The impact is violent, with the hollow point expanding almost explosively, creating massive wound cavities in gel and devastating energy transfer on small game environments. Its performance rivals some 22 Magnum loads, yet it still fits in a standard .22 LR chamber, which is why so many hunters and pest controllers treat it as their go-to for maximum effect. Reliability is another reason it holds the top spot. Despite its hot powder charge and the fouling that comes with it, the Super Maximum cycles well in most rifles and many semi-automatics, as long as they are kept clean. For shooters who want the deadliest combination of speed, energy, and destructive power from a rimfire round, there is nothing else like it. That wraps up our list of the 10 deadliest .22 LR rounds in America. Ammunition that takes the smallest rimfire cartridge and turns it into something far more capable than most shooters expect. Some of these are perfect for hunting, others for defense, but each one proves that .22 LR can be just as serious as any centerfire when the right load is in the chamber. Knowing which ammo to trust is just as important as knowing how to shoot it. Subscribe to Guns with Rex Dalton for more breakdowns of the rounds and firearms that deserve a place in your range bag, your home, and maybe even your survival kit. Stay sharp, and I will see you in the next one.